That sound means you're back on the air with Eric and Robin Gagnon, the restaurant brokers. We have been talking to Cooking Channel's Eddie Russell about his new series, Belly Up. And I tell you what, he really shared a lot of reality with our listeners today, didn't he, Eric?
He sure did, Robin. I mean, that was very, very interesting, and I think Belly Up is going to be very entertaining between, of course, the great content the Cooking Channel is always providing, and combined with Chef Eddie Russell, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really thrilled about the new perspective that people will have on bars, owners, and the consumers. Everybody should learn something from this show.
You know, and it's so true. He made so many good comments about folks who are in this industry that are maybe doing the same old thing, and, you know, that definition of doing things over and over again and never seeing a change will ultimately lead to a downward trend. That steady train is not going to continue to help you exceed your expectations. Definitely not going to help you exceed your customers' expectations. Really what he's doing is coming in and giving a dose of his own restaurant reality, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He is, and he's putting like you said, a 2014, perspective on things. Those of you out there, you have a bar, sales are declining, and you can blame the economy, you can blame many different outside sources. At the end of the day, if you're not keeping up with trends, people are looking for fresher and newer things. People do not want the same old thing that they wanted in the 80s and the 90s and the 70s. They want new things. And we're not saying close your place, reopen tomorrow with a whole new look, flair, and everything. But you have to gradually make changes. And if you haven't done that in a long time, then yeah, there's a lot of changes that needs to be made right away, or you will belly up, no pun intended.
Well, and I think, that first step, taking that menu out and looking at it with a discerning eye and saying, okay, do we really need, because what happens over time, Eric, is it's like menu creep. You just, this is good. We had it for a special. Everybody loved it, so we added it to the menu. Oh, this was great. That was Bob's recipe. Everybody loved that one, so we had it for a special so they begged us, so we went ahead and added it to the next menu. And by the time you look back, that menu has grown and grown and grown because nothing ever comes off. And sometimes you just have to take a really cold, hard look and say, we're going to cut down, we're going to freshen up, we're going to bring fresh ingredients in, and then get rid of half of that stuff that's sitting in your freezer. Because, as Eddie told us, something in your freezer doesn't necessarily last forever.
Correct. And if your menu right now looks like a diner menu, meaning you have several pages and going on and on and on, and you're a bar, that is your first red flag. You need to look at this. And if you don't have a POS system, again, the point is, you're stuck in the 70s, 80s. You need to look at your POS system. Like Robin said, if you have 50 items on your menu that you sell once a month, get rid of them.
Here's a rule of thumb. I just made this up, so I don't know if it would work or not. But in my mind, I'm thinking you should have no more things on the menu than you have bar stools at the bar. So if you have an 8-seat bar, pare your menu down to 8 items, 8 fabulous, delicious items that you are known for. And you will see several things happen. One, your food cost is going to go down immediately, because you're going to be able to establish par levels for that. Your quality of your food will go up because once you know exactly how many you're serving, you can order just in time and bring in fresh ingredients and not have to rely on frozen ones. And the other thing, your marketability goes up because you become the go-to place for whatever that great thing is. How do you like my rule of thumb, Eric?
I like it. I think it's very interesting. Hopefully some of our listeners will test it and let us know how it goes, because also I think you need to really look at, we've seen people that say, hey, I'm now a gastropub. I'm now a microbrewery. So how do you do that? I just went out to my suppliers and gotten out 45 different micro craft beers on tap. And they think that is it. And again, we talked to Chef Eddie about that today. Beer, alcohol, it tastes the same everywhere, and everybody else got accessibility to that. So they will maybe come for a pint there, but they will go down the street to another place. But if you have the food to pair with it, or the food that is going to make you want to come, or increase people, if, like as Chef Eddie said today, a lot of people want healthy. A kale salad and a beer sounds a lot better than some fried chicken wings, French fries, and a run-of-the-mill draft beer.
I mean, if you are still just serving wings, please wake up. It is not 1975 anymore, and your food doesn't have to be of that quality. You should be reflective of the new and exciting and the bold flavors of 2014. And I think some of Eddie's suggestions were spot on. I'm really looking forward to this show, and I think that folks will learn quite a bit from it.
Yeah, you need to go. One of the best advice that he said today, and it doesn't cost you $0. It's free consulting, he called it. If you know somebody I don't care where it is. I don't care if you have to drive a day, 2 hours, 3 hours. Go see other similar establishments like yours that have made changes. See what you like about it. And this is a very giving community. Go talk to the owner. Say, hey, I own a bar and, in Athens, Georgia, and I am in Savannah, Georgia, and I'd like to do something similar there, and I like what you've done. Would you give me some couple hours of your time, or even talk to me on the phone so I can help myself making some of these changes? This is free consulting, and people will be more than happy, probably be flattered that you are thinking that their place is a place that you want to become.
I'll tell you the other free consultant, and they're sitting right there in front of you every single day when you're serving them from the tap. Sit down with your customers and find out, ask, listen, I noticed you haven't ordered anything from the kitchen in a while. You're grabbing a couple of cocktails right after work. Are you leaving here and going to eat? Where are you going? What do you like about it? What do you serve? What do they serve there? What's the price point? And get inside your customers' heads, because they can obviously tell you so much more. And the other thing, although you want to be careful about how much attention to what is paid online, don't respond. Eddie's right. No need to engage, but I would listen to what people are saying online about the food in your bar and see if there are ways there that you need to make a change. And some folks just decide, hey, it's not for them. And then what happens, Eric? They come to us and they say, listen, you know what? Somebody else can take over the reins of this business because I'm not ready to go. And it ends up at a listing at We Sell Restaurants.
Yeah, and you want a listing, talk about listing, you want to be, there's two listings that we have. We either sell used assets, used equipment, and asset sale, or we sell a highly profitable business. Which one do you want to be? The guy that doesn't make the changes is going to be the asset sale, which sells for a lot less, or the guy that's going to make a lot of money is going to sell for a lot more dollars and be very happy when he sells his place. So the choice is yours. It is your destiny. You can make these changes. So talking about that, Robin, surprise, surprise. Let's talk about some listing we have today, and what are we going to talk about? Big surprise?
I have some great bars for sale in this marketplace. In Metro Atlanta, I've got a bar and a grill. It's a franchise, actually, but they do serve a cut above bar food today with sandwiches and soups and some carefully crafted cocktails. This one is making very good money, a six-figure earnings for the owner, and it's on the market for $299,000. And I believe that owner will even do a little bit of owner financing, maybe $100,000.
Wow, that sounds like a good deal. We also have your independent, your local eatery that is also very nice. What do you think about updated decor, new flooring, new televisions, new bars? There was one of those places that had a lot of things on the menu. Still could be pared down some, but that has, made some adjustment to their menu. Does over $1 million a year in sales.
Oh, I always love that $1 million mark, because I tell you what, you can hide so many problems beneath a very, very strong sales line. So if you come in and buy $1 million bar, the reality is if that sales line is there, you can fix the underlying fundamentals. You can get food costs and the menu under control. You can get labor under control, and then that is a moneymaker for you.
$179,000, Robin, with owner financing, probably with come up with $80,000, $90,000 down. The owner will finance the rest. That is a bargain.
That's not the only. We have so many different bars on our website for sale. That's at WeSellRestaurants.com, and folks will follow up with us after the show, and often they come from our website and see our radio show, or the reverse is true. They come to our radio show and then feed out to our website, because there's so much good information on there. As well, folks can always go to our Facebook page. We actually even post our listings on our Facebook page. So that's at facebook.com/WeSellRestaurants, and we even tweet out our listings. So there's no way that anyone who's in the marketplace for a great bar or restaurant can't find something for sale from the restaurant brokers somewhere in all this social media. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon. We are the Restaurant Brokers.